All right, back to it now. I've got some breaking news just crossing the desk here at this hour. Former Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84. He served 2 terms as vice president under George W. Bush, one of the most powerful vice presidents in American history, chief architect of the war in Iraq after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, member of the old Republican Guard that is fading away. He died late yesterday at the age of 84. We'll keep an eye on that and what that means today. But joining me now is Colonel Rob Maness, 32-year Air Force veteran, founder of Gator Pack, and host of the Rob Maness Show. He joins me now. Colonel, nice to see you again.
Good to see you, Steve. How are you?
All right, I'm good. Dick Cheney, a polarizing figure in American politics. We'll look into that later today. But right now I want to talk to you about this terror attack that was being laid out, ISIS-inspired attack in Michigan. These 2 guys were stopped after what has apparently been a pretty in-depth FBI investigation. Raided their home, found a number of weapons. They'd been practicing at gun ranges. They were going to go to a city of Ferndale, just outside of Detroit, and attack the LGBTQ community, apparently. They wanted to replicate that attack in Paris from a few years ago, right? What do you make of this from what you know about it so far?
Well, Islamism and jihadism is right here at home. I mean, it has very similar indicators to the Pulse nightclub shooting, which was by a single shooter at an LGBTQ club, and he was an Islamist. So I'm not surprised. We have not been paying attention to who we have let into this country. And that is proven every day by what you see in just the political reporting coming out of New York City, Minneapolis, with Islamists that are leading in the polls for the city's top job of mayor and those kind of things. So it's very troubling. And thank goodness we've got the Trump administration in place, and they're turning our capabilities towards looking at things like domestic terrorism much more carefully, and we'll be able to find these folks and prevent some of these things.
Yeah,
We are at dangerous times.
Yeah, Mahmoud Ali of Dearborn and Majid Mahmoud, accused of plotting to launch a terror-inspired mass shooting codenamed Pumpkin, according to court documents, charged with receiving, transferring, attempting to receive and transfer firearms, knowing and having reasonable cause to believe they would be used to commit terrorism. These are apparently American citizens. These are not immigrants of any fashion, apparently. These are homegrown terrorists, but their roots... And here's the thing. Dearborn, Michigan, not far from where I'm sitting, has been considered a potential hotspot when it comes to terrorism. This certainly amplifies that concern, doesn't it?
Oh, it sure does. I mean, that is where the mayor, I believe, told a Christian pastor that he didn't belong there, and the chief of police has made the police force over 50% now Muslim. So they have taken control over that city, and I'm not surprised to see that these are American citizens. And it's a challenge that we've not faced with assimilation of these refugees and immigrants, and not rounding up all the illegals that are here. It's a mixture and a combination of those kinds of issues, Steve, that America just hasn't come to terms with. And we need to dig deep down at every political level, especially, and find the courage to face this down and focus on what the real threat is. And this threat is real.
The threat is real. I don't know if you heard me make this comment just a few moments ago before you came on. The feds have prevented 6,525 known or suspected terrorists from entering the United States, by far the biggest number ever, and a good part of those folks being apprehended where I am, along the northern border of the United States. I think that we don't give enough attention to the northern border. What would you say about that?
I've been talking about that for over a decade. Look, some of the 9/11 terrorists came through the northern border multiple times. And we have got to get that border secure also. It is a vast wilderness out to the west of Minneapolis, especially, and in the wilderness up in the northeast. That is very easy to cross that border undetected, and we need to actually secure that border just as well as we've secured our southern border.
You look at it, Washington, Idaho, Montana, the Dakotas, Minnesota, as you mentioned, Michigan, we're a little harder to get into. We're surrounded by water, a lot of it. So unless they're going to do the backstroke, they don't get in quite as well. But still, it's a concern as we look at it here. And it's just a fraction of it. The Biden administration let in millions of gonaways. We have no idea who came in this country for an entire administration by design. How reckless, I mean, I don't know if you can put a term on this. How reckless was that for this country going forward?
I don't think reckless is a strong enough term, Steve. I think they betrayed the American people, and they betrayed every legal immigrant that's here and every legal U.S. resident that's here that pays taxes and works hard to take care of their family and wants to provide for the common defense. That's treachery. That's much more than reckless. And look, over just the Afghanistan debacle produced over 70,000 Afghanistan refugees that the government admitted that they did not properly vet. And you know from our past history in the war in Afghanistan that even when we had spent millions of dollars training some of these Afghanis to be Afghanistan soldiers, they still would kill Americans. They even killed a two-star general, U.S. Army general at one point after we had trained them. And he was at a graduation ceremony. So this is a perilous, perilous time because we have not been paying attention to this. And we have got to pay attention to it because, quite frankly, ISIS is here. All of the open source
Sure.
folks that are former intelligence professionals that I talk to and listen to acknowledge that ISIS is here, and worse, we're not seeing the indicators that the United States government is properly addressing the issue at this point.
All right. All right, Colonel, we got about a minute and a half left here. Tie this in to what you're seeing. Zohran Mamdani, almost certain to win in New York today. Fatah, almost certain to win in Minneapolis today. Another far left Democratic Socialist in Seattle. This is going to be a terrible day for some of America's major cities that all tie back to some of these things we're talking about. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, I've been stumping up in New Jersey for Jack Ciattarelli over the weekend, and when I talk to voters up there, they're concerned because they want to make sure that they turn New Jersey red so there's a place for people from New York to go, Steve, because the Mamdani issue is so threatening to them. And this is an immigrant, an Islamist immigrant from Uganda, has never really held an actual job other than through government paychecks, whose father is a total jihadist and believes in that concept. And of course, then the mayor's candidate is right out of Somalia,
Right.
and we know how deadly Somalians can be.
Absolutely. Colonel, I really appreciate you being here today. We're going to be seeing you more in the days to come. We need clear voices like yours, sir, and I appreciate you getting up early.
Thank you, Steve. Have a great day.
You too. This segment proudly sponsored by PuroClean's Veterans Initiative, PuroVet. Where veterans find purpose in property restoration and entrepreneurship, we salute those who have served. 855-PuroVet, purovet.com. It is a great organization. It's from PuroClean, but they're putting veterans to the front of the line. You want to own your own company, have your own franchise, this is your chance. If you're a veteran or know one, go to purovet.com. Great partners of this program. I'll be right back.